Hello, nerds watching all over the internet. It is Thursday night, and it is October 10th. And whether rain, sleet, snow, or in this case, hurricanes, nothing's going to keep us down from another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind. That's right, folks. It's another exciting Thursday night to talk about all the cool things happening in the world of pro wrestling. We're talking matches, we're talking segments, title changes, returning legends, surprise celebrity guests, and guiding you in this journey is your host. I am Jose Casabona. I am also the host, the founder, executive producer, and content manager of the Ravens Flock channel. And on behalf of all of us, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. And joining behind the camera is the host of the Black Files, my typewriter for Wrestle Rewind, the man who puts in the hours behind all the videos on his channel every single week, Mr. Juan Arouse.
Thank you for that fine introduction, Jose. Don't you ever forget the mister. Yeah, and to prove Jose's point, we may have brought in the stuff from our balcony over here, but because we're still putting everything back together afterwards. God help us. But that doesn't mean that we're going to just shirk our duties. Literally, the only reason why we couldn't do the Black Files last night is because we had no electricity.
Yeah. So,
kind of can't stream that way.
Yeah, no, and then now we have some very spectacular, interesting, nice, breezy, cool weather brought into the state of Florida, to which I would like to politely say to Hurricane Milton, fuck off!
Fuck you, Milton!
Fuck you! You dared to
You tried to myrtleize us!
You're trying to myrtleize us, and now you're trying to honey dick us with this weather?
You've got some nerve. You've got some cojones on you, Milton. How dare you? Trying to shuck and jive with your cat. Oh, I'm at a cat 5. Oh, no, I'm at a cat 4. No, maybe I'm a cat 3. Or I'm a cat 5 again. Or maybe I'm a cat 4. I don't know. Do you know? I don't know.
I don't fucking know. Go disappear in the Atlantic already.
Go to space.
Before I go cat 5 on your ass with a fucking stapler.
Seriously, Milton.
Anyways, all right, enough hurricane talk. Like all our other shows, we are simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Click the bell icon to enable notifications. Leave your questions and comments below, and we'll answer as many as we can. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, then you can become an Inner Flocker. For $4.99 a month, you'll have access to all the perks that comes with our membership. Juan, tell them.
Well, for all the Inner Flockers we've got in our chat, and I know we have plenty, go ahead and show off those lovely membership badges and custom emojis, letting everyone know here that you are here to help rescue the Ravens Flock from the clutches of late-stage capitalism to become full-time streamers. Since 2013, we've been working hard to stay strong to make your voice our mission. The only thing standing in our way is the fact that we have to work 9-to-5 jobs just to keep these lights on. And thanks to the natural disasters, we couldn't even get that done! Again, fuck you, Milton, but you guys can help us out by simply doing what you've been doing. Spread the word, support the Ravens Flock, donate whenever you can, let people know that they ought to go ahead and set us up with memberships, and before you know it, we'll be able to be financially independent. With your help, we can and will succeed. You also get access to members first and members only content, a special discount to our merch store, link in the description below, and you also get access to us, the Ravens Flock, your favorite motley crew of nerds, here to make your voice our mission, by providing us your thoughts, your input, your feedback, and your ideas to better shape the future of this channel to suit your tastes and needs. Up, we've got in the chat Kurisi Rando-sama, Lisa Boo, Aaron Cooper, Vicente Guerrero, and Mr. Quake are all in the chat. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. To answer a couple questions. Number one, yes, thoughts. We offer our prayers to the to folks who were more severely impacted over here by Hurricane Milton. I need Glitch with Milk. Then we suggest the Fruity Loops one, but we'll get to Glitch in a minute. Hey Juan, why do you hate the word sports entertainment? Excuse me, that's not like professional wrestling's supposed to be. It's sports entertainment stuff. That's not really wrestling. Really wrestling is when you have 95 Hurricane Ranas back to back with Poison Ranas and Canadian Destroyers and kicking out after 2 for Pro Wrestling Gorilla, and that's how you get 19 stars. So it's not me who hates it, it's the idiots. Hi everyone, I hope you have a great show. We hope so too. Thank you so much for your continuing support here, Lisa Boo. And pray tell exactly what is it that we do here on Wrestle Rewind?
Well, here on Wrestle Rewind, we review 3 of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today. That is WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and TNA Impact. All right, so hurricane disaster notwithstanding,
Fuck you, Milton.
Exactly. It has been quite a stellar week for the for all of pro wrestling. WWE just wrapped up their pay-per-view event Bad Blood back on Saturday, October 5th, which we will talk about in just a bit.
And we didn't though there's one thing that I'm very disappointed in. They call it Bad Blood, but I didn't see either Taylor Swift or Kendrick Lamar, okay? Sorry.
They didn't exist back when they debuted in 1997, so what's your point?
My point is, how is it Bad Blood if we don't have Taylor Swift singing Bad Blood?
We got Hell in a Cell.
Okay, fair point.
Anyway, so, and this week was a very, very, very interesting week for all the right and wrong reasons, because WWE and AEW, due to uncontrollable circumstances, were forced to go head-to-head in competition on Tuesday, October 8th. Lady nerds watching all over the internet, I am proud to bring back to you the Tuesday Night War!
Oh my god! What a maneuver! Where NXT and Dynamite go head-to-head in competition.
Hey Juan, remember when we first started the Wednesday Night War back all the way in 2019 and how the entire war was pretty one-sided in favor of AEW?
Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty wild.
What a difference 5 years can make, and I will get to that in just a little bit later. But you know what? First of all, again, we do want to thank you guys for being awesome with us on this channel, especially during the darkest time during Hurricane Milton. It was truly, truly awful for us. And one of the things the only thing that's keeping us going right now is, number one, our determination. Number two, our sheer freaking will, as they would say in John Wick.
Also, number three, spite.
And spite.
Lots and lots of spite.
However, we were in good supply. We got plenty of supplies of food, we got water, we had electricity stocked up, and of course, we're stocked up with our favorite friend and with our favorite brand from our friends at Glitch Energy.
You're damn right over here. Glitch Energy specially formulated smart energy blend keeps you running strong all day long, just like the Raven's flock. With 0 sugar, 0 carbs, 0 calories, 0 lag, and 0 crash. Now you're thinking, that's a lot of zeros. How can I trust that this is even worthwhile? You guys are trying to trick me. This is a conspiracy. I'll send you to court. I don't think so, because quite frankly, you don't have the money to send us to court. Haha, so take that. But more importantly, we're not just sending you a bunch of zeros because this is a zero. We're sending you a bunch of zeros because even though Glitch Energy doesn't have any carbs or sugars or crash or lag, it does have plenty of incredible flavor. And if you go to glitchenergy.com and use our promo code FLOCKFUEL, you get 20% off of your order. And you can order stuff like this. There's Screamsicle flavor, which is back by popular demand.
Yay!
Just in time for spooky seasons. It's blood orange popsicle, people.
Woo!
Yeah, if you don't like creamsicles, what the hell's wrong with you?
I know, right? Come on, man.
Seriously, come on, guys. But that's not the most important part about Glitch Energy, is it, Jose?
What is the most important part? Because I think you already said flavor.
No, you're right. I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't
no, you're fine.
But
so,
yeah,
folks, go to glitchenergy.com. Use our promo code FLOCKFUEL to receive 20% off your order. This is the energy beverage that's going to turn you from a zero to a hero.
You're damn right. And like we said, Glitch Energy's got loads of different flavors, and these guys believe in transparency just like we do here at the Ravens Flock. They show you all the ingredients that they've got. If there's something you're not familiar with, you can look it up, but at least you know you don't have to worry about calories, you don't have to worry about carbs, you don't have to worry about sugar. You get you've got plenty of different blends of energy combinations that helps you not only stay alert, but not only get your day started, but also stay alert for the rest of the day. So what are you guys waiting for? Head to glitchenergy.com right now.
Heck yeah! And with that being said, we'd like to thank the Ravens. We'd like to thank Glitch Energy for partnering with the Ravens Flock. Thank you very much, and we hope that you've also survived during this hurricane season because they are based off of Florida.
Yeah, they're a little north of us over here in the Tampa area. So again, Glitch Energy, Thank you so much, and we appreciate you guys.
All right. Now then, with that being said, we're going to go, before we get into the Tuesday Night War, we're going to start things off by...
The Tuesday Night War! Oh, God!
Before we...
I know. I'm a simple creature.
I know, that's my job. I thought I was a simple creature.
Yeah, it is supposed to be your job. What the hell, Zay?
Well, before we get to that, we do need to talk about the main event for this year's pay-per-view return of WWE's Bad Blood in Hotlanta, Georgia.
Georgia.
That's right. WWE Bad Blood makes its return and took place over at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. Juan, ring that bell.
Don't mind if I do.
Atlanta, Georgia, the hometown of the one WWE Hall of Famer that used to have a cool undefeated streak until he overstayed his welcome. And he's also Jewish.
Scott Coltman?
Scott Colton? Undefeated?
Scott
Ha ha ha.
No. Bless you. You're talking about Goldberg, aren't you?
Oh, yes, of course I'm talking about that.
Why the hell did you just say Goldberg? Why didn't you just say Goldberg?
Anyways,
just shrug.
Now, this main event, me and Juan, we actually went back and forth about this, and folks online also criticized that that this was placed in the main event. But we're going to talk about it right now, and it is a tag match, playa.
Holla, holla.
The team of, on the right side, the Bloodline, represented by the leader, Solo Sikoa, and his enforcer, Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf. And on the good guy team to the left, the one tribal chief, the only tribal chief, the over-the-counter Samoan wrestler himself, Roman Reigns, teaming up with the undisputed WWE Champion.
Cody Rhodes and out to make mistakes with Roman Reigns, even though he put Roman Reigns is undefeated streak and WWE Champion WrestleMania. And finish the story, and now they have to put their substance aside in order to take the Bloodline down, and after they will have to figure each other out after that. Cody Rhodes.
Thank you for that, Juancho. I appreciate it. It's never going to go out of style. But that being said, yes, this was the main event for Bad Blood, despite the fact that it had the return of the Hell in a Cell match featuring Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk to wrap up their blood feud.
Yeah, I mean, let's not lie to ourselves. The Hell in a Cell match was...
For all intents and purposes...
It was stellar. It was insane.
And it was worthy of being in the main event.
But they didn't realize that, if we're gonna get this match going right, we need to give the people what they want right away. They'll be able to pick up what we leave them with afterwards. They'll be okay. It'll be fine.
But the thing is, when you start off with your opening match being this super cool awesomeness that is Hell in a Cell, the rest of the card on the pay-per-view, it's gonna be a tough mountain to climb. Now, this is something I want to point out, because Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, they had really, really, really cool entrances heading into this match. Let's start with Cody Rhodes, the undisputed WWE champion. Let's see, the Bloodline made their entrance, and then Cody Rhodes had the freaking, I don't know what university marching band this is, but he had the band treatment.
He had a whole college athlete band treatment of doom, and he got the entrance of a champion as a champion deserves.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, I think the band, I'm not trying to sound racist, I think they're all African American.
Okay, Jose, that's not the point.
Yeah, go on.
That's not an important factor.
All right, that's not an important factor. But what is an important factor is that there was a glitch in the entrance.
Triple H was racist, wasn't he?
No, Juan. I wasn't trying. Juan, I was trying to point out a glitch in the entrance of Cody. I don't know if you noticed it.
There was a glitch? Oh,
yeah, no, when they played the...
just tell me, so that entrance was brought to us by Glitch Energy?
No, not that glitch, a technical glitch, an error. See, when they played Cody's entrance, when it says, University of Arkansas Band, thank you. Yep. When they played Cody's entrance, when it started off as wrestling has more than one royal family, they played it over again before playing the music, and that wasn't supposed to happen.
Yep, it was kind of boop.
But not to be outdone, the uncrowned tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns, got a special entrance courtesy of the Atlanta, Georgia Philharmonics.
Yep, these guys played him out with full strings and violins of playing the tribal chief stuff. I gotta say one thing though, Roman's awesome here in this role, but that entrance is way too long to get to the beginning of it. So, like, how is he supposed to do, like, a run-in and stuff like that if he goes in to try and rescue anybody or do anything crazy? It should be, you know, like shorter.
He's the modern-day Undertaker when it comes to long entrances.
No, Jose, even the modern-day Undertaker's entrance was shorter than this, Jose. Because we only had modern-day Undertaker, 2 years ago? And it wasn't that long. Jesus Christ, man.
All right, fair enough.
Let me see here. Did Triple H say the N-word?
No, he did not.
Allegedly, here's the thing. Allegedly, he used to say this back in the day when he was just a wrestler, one of the guys or whatever, and they thought that, he's just being a racist asshole. I don't believe that he's actually said or done anything about it since. Let's see here. So Cody had a Glitch Energy drink entrance. Samantha Irving saying "God bless America." Yay! Cool.
Yay!
And hold on. He had one other thing. He's like, if memory serves right about the first Tuesday Night War, Tony Khan once was talking about the ratings sitting next to CM Punk, and after talking, Punk looked at Tony Khan as if to say, "What the fuck are the Tuesday Night Wars?"
All right, but getting back to Roman Reigns, the reason why it's so long is because this is Roman Reigns' first wrestling match since WrestleMania.
Okay, but is he supposed to have this gigantic fucking thing every time? Is he going to have a Philharmonic every single time?
No, I think this is just this one time because he's making his wrestling return into the ring to fight his family, and this was an incredible tag. This was a really good tag team match. Because the bell rings and these guys go right at it. Juan, go right back to the match.
I got it.
All right,
I'm on it. Jeez, man.
Yeah, just return to the match card. No.
Oh, god dang!
Match card. Thank you. All right. So, I tried to save you some the hassle of not putting too many photos. Okay.
Okay. Well, considering how much stuff we got to cover on here,
yeah,
it's brought to us by Morgan & Morgan and Wendy's.
Oh yeah, me and Juan, we had a chance to watch the main event. So Cody starts things off with Jacob Fatu. Cody outmaneuvers the Samoan Werewolf early on, and then the fans are all chanting for Roman Reigns to get into the match. And so first, Solo Sikoa tags himself in, and then Cody gives the people what they want, tags in Roman Reigns.
And then they has fight.
Oh yeah, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa exchanging blows back and forth. And then Jacob Fatu gets tagged back into the match. Cody Rhodes gets back into the match as well. And I'm going to say this, for a lot of the main event match, Cody Rhodes took one hell of a beating. He took a lot more offense than Roman Reigns did.
Yeah, it's almost as if they were saving Roman Reigns for when it mattered the most, Jose. It's called drip feeding, Jose. It's called
drip feeding.
Yes.
That's a new term.
No, it's not. It's an old term, Jose. It's like feeding by a drip. Like, look it up, Jose. It's an actual term.
Whatever you say, man. Hey, look, whatever.
What?
Anyway.
I can't. What? Am I not? What, is it too much for me to introduce terms that you never heard of before? So all of a sudden, it's a new term ever just because you never heard of it? Read a dictionary.
Anyways, getting back to the match. So Cody Rhodes gets worked over by Solo Sikoa and by Jacob Fatu. And then Cody Rhodes did amount to come back. He hits his uppercuts. He hits a power slam onto Jacob Fatu, only able to get a 2 count. And then, of course, later on in the match, as he continues to struggle, he finally gets the tag to Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns goes off on Solo Sikoa, but then Roman Reigns gets planted by a 2-on-1 beatdown. They did like back-to-back running hip attacks, both Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu.
Ow!
Oh yeah.
Ass.
Oh yeah, no.
Literally ass attacks.
Literally ass attacks by two of the biggest asses in the bloodline, and I'm not talking about size.
And we're not talking about Rikishi either.
Exactly.
Even though half of these kids are like Rikishi's sons or something.
Well, I mean, One of them, his last name is Fatu. It's kind of hard to ignore.
I mean, yeah. No,
anyways, so getting back into the match, Roman Reigns continues to battle Solo Sikoa in the middle of the ring, and then Cody Rhodes to try to keep things leveled out for Roman Reigns fights Jacob Fatu at ringside. Jacob Fatu tries to set up the announce table, but Cody Rhodes puts Jacob Fatu on the table, and Cody goes over to the top turnbuckle, and that's when he launches himself from the top turnbuckle after saluting to the tribal chief and does a splash to wipe out Jacob Fatu.
That salute was actually, it wasn't really more salute, it's really more of a line of Cody saying, look, I've got him, you finish the match. I said I promised I would have your back. I'm taking Fatu out, you finish off Solo, let's finish this match. And that's what that was like. I got him, you get him, let's finish this shit.
You know what? That I can get behind.
Like, you can take it from here. You can finish the match from here, buddy.
Yeah.
Blush.
Swoosh. And then, of course, we get a referee bump because we have to. And then afterwards, we get Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa at ringside. They try to help out Solo Sikoa, level Roman Reigns. But who is this mysterious dark hooded figure to come out from ringside in Atlanta, Georgia? It's none other than Jimmy Uso!
Jimmy took out the Tongas up in this bitch. He was fucking laughing and cackling his happy dick off as Solo was steering bullets into him. He was steering not daggers, bullets. It's like, I'm gonna kill you so bad. Oh yeah? Why don't you try me? Aren't you in the middle of something, bitch?
And that distraction was long enough for Roman Reigns to charge in and hit the spear to pin and win. Your winners, the one tribal chief, Roman Reigns, and the undisputed WWE Champion,
Cody was ready to have a really big high five maneuver and took out Jacob Fatu in the middle of the outside ring, and then he told Reigns to actually finish off the match because he can take it from here. He trusts him, and he had a deal in order to make themselves be able to finish the match. And then the Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa went in and tried to interfere, but Jimmy also took it off and left to Sikoa as well, plus and completely unable to defend himself against Roman Reigns. And that's also the thanks of Cody Rhodes.
Now, the main event match was pretty good, but the post-match angle...
Do you have any idea how much oxygen I have to fucking take in
and this isn't
in order
something
to pull your gags for you here, Zay? Because I do this for you now, okay? I was doing it to troll you, and now I'm doing it for you. So you better be fucking thankful.
I am thankful. And this isn't...
And a dick and die.
And he doesn't rehearse this, folks.
No, I don't.
That's amazing. Now... the post-match angles, of course, were spectacular. First, we get a nice, warming family embrace between Jimmy Uso and Roman Reigns. Two brothers reunited. Two cousins reunited. And then...
that's not so sweet.
But then Cody Rhodes was jumped by the bloodline. And then...
As Jimmy and Roman were
walking away, Cody Rhodes is jumped by the bloodline. Jimmy convinces Roman Reigns to do the right thing and go back in there and save Cody.
You even see them arguing on the ramp. Like Jimmy was saying, like, "Look, I'll follow you whichever way." But it's like, "Look, we got to do the right thing." And Roman was actually shaking his head, like, "No, we finished the match. That was a one-time deal. I'm not out for this guy. Whatever, man." He's like, "No, come on, we got to do it. We got it. I'll follow you no matter what." And that's when Roman's like, "Fuck it, let's go." And they bolted in and evened the odds and chased the bloodline off. There was a little bit of tension though, because
for a minute Roman Reigns was holding the Undisputed Championship and before handing it back to Cody, and just as Cody hoisted the title over his shoulders, we get the return of the multi-time WWE champion and multi-time blockbuster celebrity, and the man who single-handedly killed the DC Cinematic Universe, the final boss, The Rock.
The Dwayne Johnson
is back,
complete with his imaginary People's Championship title belt.
I know. The only thing he did was count 1, 2.
No. He counted down.
Oh, he counted down 3, 2, 1, and then.
And then they played his music again.
Just,
oh
shit. The Rock is back, and this time, I think from the look on the final boss's eyes, there's going to be some consequences.
But what kind of consequences?
We don't know.
What are we doing here? What's happening? Why is he saying 3? Is there going to be a third match?
I think,
them?
Well, according to what I've read online, the scuttlebutt is that WWE, even though they haven't finalized it, they're looking to set up a WrestleMania main event match for next year of Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns versus The Rock for the undisputed WWE title.
No! How dare they? The nerve! But why? I don't know. I don't understand. In the chat, let's take a look over here. Let's see. After hearing Vicente, after hearing some AI covers, now I want to see Taylor Swift sing Randy Orton's voices out to the ring. That'd actually be silly. I went to Taco Bell inside the State Farm Arena. Oh, wait, I understand. Cody Rhodes is and now always will likely be known as that star maker who still goes over. He sold tons for Sonny Kiss and Peter Avalon.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. And let's not lie to ourselves over here. Cody is an excellent pusher man when it comes to his opponents. Yeah, let's go. Middle finger, fade to black. Here, let's see. Final boss will be Boss TKO. Unfortunately, yeah. Roman Reigns World Championship, maybe. Thank you for that, Mr. Quake. Fade to black, full circle, haha emoji. Not sure if Solo was lucky on the pin move by Roman. Rather take a spear or take that Superman punch. Yeah, that was a no-win scenario for Solo. He's fucked no matter what.
Pretty much. Now, there's another word on the scuttlebutt is that apparently The Rock is going to be siding with the new bloodline and turning on Roman Reigns.
No!
Oh.
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet. The possibilities are endless.
Tell me, baby girl, cause I need to know.
Now, Juancho, first of all, now I thought the main event match was pretty solid. It doesn't hold up to the standard of the Hell in a Cell match because that's an impossible mountain to climb, but it was still good enough to close off the show, especially the post-match angle.
It was perfectly fine to close off the show. I don't see an issue with it. The only thing was, you started with your main event. But then again, these guys had another main event. So I suppose there's no issue with this being a main event. Except they should have just had to move it over to the main event spot.
Exactly.
I don't fucking know. I still love the Hell in a Cell match. That was wonderful.
That was really good.
Mark Anthony. Yep. Tell me, baby girl.
That was really good. Apparently, Drew McIntyre had to have 14 staples in his head.
Not stitches, staples. He had 14 of these shits over here. Up in his head. Booyaka. You want them?
No.
It'll be fun.
No.
I'll give you gold.
No. This is not AEW.
You sure?
Put it back.
Oh.
You should have used it for Milton.
Fuck Milton. Besides, it's not a red one.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That being said, good pay-per-view event. Great matches all around. Me and Juan, we had a wonderful time. We saw the whole damn thing. And it was a great show.
Nice.
Hells yeah. Now, let's get into the Tuesday Night War, bitches.
Ah! I could do the thing again. Yay. Haha, you can't stop me.
Yay! That's right. We're going to war, folks. We're going head to head. We're going to battle between AEW and WWE one more time.
Here you go, Jose. The Tuesday Night War. Let's talk about it.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you get the fucking picture.
I get the fucking picture. Yeah. So we're gonna first talk about this week's edition of NXT. This week's NXT takes place over in St. Louis, Missouri, the gateway city of the Show Me State.
There you go, Jose. Now you remember the thing.
Yep, we open things up with an incredible opening segment with the now two-time NXT champion, Trick Williams.
Oh, yeah! Uh-huh! I like it! Oh, yeah! Uh-huh!
Oh, God.
I like it! Shucky ducky quack quack. Anyway, let me take a look over here. Kurisi was saying, word is The Rock is pissed at Roman in a backstage video. He called what happened bullshit. Looks like a Roman versus Rock feud in the future. Maybe, we don't know. I got drill on my thumb? What the hell? Are you okay, Mr. Quake?
Whoa!
You got drilled on your thumb? Oh shit, I hope you're alright, man.
I hope you're alright too.
That's kind of, fucking painful.
Very fucking painful.
It's crazy that RKO is more mature than Jeff Hardy. I know, right? Seriously, and Randy Orton was the idiot asshole who ripped freaking urinals out of the wall.
He learned his lesson. He got better.
Did he learn his lesson, though?
Well, he's not doing it now, is he?
That we know of.
Anyway, so getting back to Trick. Trick Williams is celebrating in the ring, cuts a very awesome babyface promo, declaring that he is now Tricky 2 times. as the NXT champion. The fans loved it. He got a great pop out of it. But his promo segment was cut off by the Judas brother of the Rascals, that is Wesley.
Why?
Wesley's over in the bleachers, cutting a heel promo, saying that since he's beaten Zachary Wentz last week on NXT, that he has earned the right to challenge for the NXT title. And he told Trick Williams that he ain't that guy, man.
Was that it?
Oh no, yeah, that was it. Because
was that all he said? Like, you ain't that guy, man.
You ain't that guy. Oh no, he said a lot more. He calls out Trick Williams for just being a phony, and just says that he's not that guy. He's not the face of NXT, and Trick Williams, of course, downplays it, and then Wesley gets cut off by the WWE Intercontinental Champion. This is all one by one. You can show it.
Where is it though?
It's right there. There's the next picture. It's the next picture. I'll just show it.
I'm trying to find it.
Left, down. There it is.
This one?
Just click it. Let me walk you through.
Oh, shit.
Let me walk you through. So it started off with Jey Uso.
Main event Jey Uso
all the way to the left. The newly crowned WWE Intercontinental Champion coming down and cutting off Wesley and celebrating in the ring with Trick Williams, which led to an incredible chant off with "Whoop that trick, yeet! Whoop that trick,
yeet!"
Exactly. It was so cool. And then we get a champion, and then we get a huge celebration with the NXT Women's North American Champion, Kalani Jordan, and the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Look at all 5 of these champions celebrating to open NXT.
Is it just me, or is Kalani Jordan wearing matching gear to Bianca and Cargill?
She is.
Was that on purpose?
I believe. Well, they're in a six-person tag match that night. Yes.
Oh, okay. Then it is on purpose. Holy shit.
So yeah, it's almost as that's nice. It's nice. It's cool representation here. It's almost as if the WWE is trying to dismiss the rumor that Triple H is racist. Yeah. And this is something that me and Juan we want to talk about here, because I'm gonna hot tag Juan in a minute. But
okay, so you're hot tagging me.
This deserves it. Because during the press conference, the post-pay-per-view press conference of WWE Bad Blood, one of the folks in the press called out Triple H and asked him about any type of racism that's happening in the WWE locker room. To which Triple H replied saying he doesn't see color, he sees talent. And apparently they got a mixed reaction from a lot of folks on social media.
Okay.
While I thought that this looks really cool, you know what?
That's how you hot tag.
Hot tag to Juan.
Move it.
Yeah. You're likely going to have to hot tag again, but go on.
Shut your whore mouth and go take a seat.
I actually need to stand.
Oh, you need to stand? Me. Hi there, folks. Juan Arouse here, one of the heads of the Ravens flock, the tech guru of the team, host of the Black Files, and his ace tag team partner here on Wrestle Rewind. So, let me just get one little tiny question out. Why in the hell are we bringing up the clearly intended to be pejorative questions during WWE's press conferences? Yeah, you grab your Black Mirror there, Jose. Yeah, you enjoy yourself.
Keep going. You're good.
Whereas anytime we have a press conference for AEW, we have nothing but softball puff piece questions. And that's my gripe when it comes to this shit. Because Jose brought this up, and I was immediately incensed by that, because I had been watching these press conferences, and I've been watching the type of questions and everything that they've been getting. Every single time WWE has a press conference, there's always at least one asshole who brings up a negative rumor, or said "Oh, well, you guys talk about the Janelle Grant trial, or will you talk about how Vince McMahon is a sex pest? Will you talk about this problem or this rumored controversy problem happening here? Will you talk about this? Will you talk about that?" Whereas AEW, usually the same pool of quote unquote journalists quote-unquote reporters, watch your foot, Jose, basically say, so how did it feel to do this, and how does it feel to have one of the biggest bangers of all time with 19 stars? And like, it's such transparent and obvious dick sucking, because these guys know that Tony Khan is a mercurial little shithead who doesn't know how to handle criticism to save his life. Whereas Paul Triple H Levesque, who has been handling criticism from people over years, over decades, both in the ring and outside the ring, from everything spanning, is he being racist, to, did you enjoy fucking the boss's daughter to get where you are, or, hey, did you enjoy putting down Booker T with your, by calling him the N-word, which he never actually did. It's racially coded, that promo, and you can toe that line and you can make the argument for that. That motherfucking shit was nearly 20 years ago, and they're bringing that nonsense up, and they're trying to hold that as an example of how racist Triple H is. Tell me how many fucking people Triple H has been pushing as champions. He's been working with people he got back Andrade Cien Almas over here. He's moving with Trick Williams and with Carmelo Hayes. He's been doing everything in his power to work with folks like the Street Profits. Fucking MVP has his gripes from Triple H from back in the day, which is why MVP hopped over to AEW. That because Tony Khan is a money mark. And yet, no one can criticize when Tony Khan it clearly has his Whitepool Combat Clan faction running around with an actual racist gimmick out of them. But he's too scared to actually say, by the way, we're racist and we're doing this because we hate black people, for the gimmick of John Moxley's version of the Blackpool Combat Club that he whipped off of Russell Crowe's Whopper Stomper movie. He's that much of a pussy, he doesn't actually want to commit to the bit. And at the same time, Tony Khan continues to take in all these little interviews, all these little hey, you did such a great job, you got so many great bangers, and look at how many flips and doopy doops everybody did, that was so awesome, how did that feel, Tony? In order to fucking suck him off. But yet Triple H, he takes those asshole questions straight to the face and he knocks it out of the fucking park. Yeah, the answer itself, I don't see race, I don't see color, I see talent. You can try to code that as being, he's being colorblind, and that could be negatively taken in a way that doesn't that can be seen as racist, because there have been idiot assholes who've taken that kind of statement in order to try to hide their actual blatant racism. And yet, with Triple H's actual fucking track record, and with his actual fucking work record, you can tell that he actually does care about people of color. Let's see here. Who has been challenging Nia Jax, who, by the way, is a woman of color, for the Women's World Championship?
Bailey.
And what is Bailey? Is she a woman of color?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. She's a Latina, motherfucker. Yeah, we've got Latinas. We like Io Sky, freaking Kairi Sane, freaking Asuka. Those ladies ain't Caucasian. I don't see any Caucasians on them. You take the Cauc out of there. These ladies are Asians, and they've been champions too. Look at Bianca and Jade Cargill. These women have been excellent fucking tag team champions. Yeah, they had the bit where the evil witchy women of Isla Dawn and Alba Fire for a hot minute as women's tag champions, but they built that as a story in order to get. Fucking, if you're gonna try and talk, you go into the microphone like a man. Get around here. That's right. You do what you're told, man. Fuck. So, I don't give a fuck if you want to try to say that Triple H is racist or not. You can make that argument, and if you want to hold any sort of facts or any sort of details, then you can present that as something objective that you can actually observe with your fucking eyes, then by God, go right ahead. I welcome it, and we can have that discussion. But let's get one thing straight. You can call Triple H a racist to his face, and he will smile at you, and he will fucking knock it out and show you with the work that he does how racist he isn't to prove his point. But go ahead and try to give Tony Khan any one of those hardball questions, or even a slightly critical question, like Tony Khan. Now that you've got this deal with Warner Brothers Discovery, is there gonna what sort of changes in the creative can we see in order to help attract more viewers? We've been since we have been noticing that there has been a steady year-to-year decline of viewership of AEW Dynamite. What are your plans now with this new deal with the Warner Brothers Discovery in order to help remedy that and help boost your stock with this parent company? Go ahead and try that shit with Tony Khan and watch him deflect in a way. I don't really think that's a good discussion, and that's not what we're doing here, and that's not how we do every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on Dynamite. And watch it on Dynamite, and watch it on TBS, and watch it on Dynamite. If you guys get a shot at the title, go ahead and fucking try to get a straight answer out of Tony Khan, and then watch him with his actions. A, not improve on his work. B, not do anything to prove you wrong. And C, not invite you back. Because Tony is a petty, mercurial, thin-skinned, little, sexless bitch. Hot tag. Fuck you, Khan. There you go.
Like I said, you're likely going to have to hot tag again later.
Probably.
So,
let me take a look over here in the chat. Logan James, by the way. Hey up, Logan James. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. Please, Julia, don't trust Stephen Vacker. One day turned heel on Julia. Maybe. Let's take a look over here. Yeah, holy shit, 14 Staples. Even New Jack would have said that's fucked up, bro. No, New Jack would have gone up, and with an actual, with a box cutter, he would have taken the gash that Drew McIntyre got, and would have he would have scalped Drew McIntyre clean off at that point. Because let's not lie to ourselves, New Jack is insane.
Exactly, he is.
She's no, we got only a few people watching, but that's not even a problem. Bailey is white. She's half Latina. Well, she's Latina enough, and it's really fucking messed up how folks will say like, oh well, she's only half Latina or whatever, where they won't claim her being Latina and they won't claim her white. And when she actually has to discuss her own ethnicity, she's going to lean more towards being Latina than anything.
Exactly.
Because fucking cow.
All right, now let's get to the exciting match of the night. And for me, I personally, this was the match that stole the entire evening. And it is a one-on-one match for the NXT North American Champion as the Don of NXT, Tony D'Angelo, the Italiano, the Paisano, Gabaguli.
The beepity boppity poop pop, boppity poopy, beepity poopity pop. Is it this guy? Is it this guy who goes boppity poopy?
Yes, it is.
Is it him who beepity poops all the pop?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
It's time to go bippity poopity pop up in this bitch against the defending champion, the ruler, the mountain you cannot climb, the conqueror, the bringer of war, the great Obafemi.
Hell yeah. All right, so these guys are in it, and they're in the thick of it now, and this time they're going at it for the North American Championship again. So let's see what happens.
Exactly, it's a rematch from No Mercy. These two guys are running it back. This time, Tony D'Angelo has got some newly refound confidence in himself after they did an entire Rocky III training montage devoted to him, and Tony D'Angelo squares off against Obafemi. These two guys are just brawling each other. Tony D'Angelo tries to take out Obafemi outside at ringside, and then Tony D'Angelo continues to fight him, but then Obafemi grabs Tony D'Angelo and choke slams him against the ring apron, and then when we get back from commercial break, Obafemi's just all over the place, just grounding Tony D'Angelo.
Ow.
Oh yeah, it is brutal. These two guys continue their fight, back and forth action, with of course Obafemi cutting off Tony D'Angelo along the way, and then during this match, we got this little moment here where Obafemi is having a stare down with the D'Angelo D'Angelo family, primarily at Adriana Rizzo. And then...
Why with her?
I don't know why, but that son of a bitch, Obafemi, then pushes Adriana to the floor. The nerve! And that got Tony D'Angelo so pissed off that he wailed on Obafemi, unloaded a series of right-hand blows before hitting him with an overhead belly-to-belly onto the entrance ramp.
Take that.
Both of these guys take their action back into the ring. Obafemi was about to plant Tony D'Angelo through the announce table, but surprise, it was Tony D'Angelo that hit the spine buster onto Obafemi and the table collapsed.
Woo! Oh my God, you're kidding. Okay, so it's like it was a, what do you call it? It was like it was an Arn Anderson style spine buster, a big high, fucking like spine buster through the table.
Almost. It is actually, and what's his face? Vic Joseph pointed out on commentary. It's a type of spine buster that'll get a certain WWE Hall of Famer saying, "Damn."
Oh, I see. Farouk style
spine buster.
Ron Simmons, Farouk.
He tries to hit it again in good measure in the middle of the ring, but Obafemi was able to kick out after two. Obafemi then continued his onslaught and then hit a release back suplex, just yeeting Tony D'Angelo across the ring.
Ow.
And then, in the final seconds of the match, Obafemi sets up Tony D'Angelo for the pop-up powerbomb. Then Tony D'Angelo rolls up the champion to pin and win.
Unbelievable.
Your winner and new NXT North American Champion, Tony D'Angelo.
Poppity poopy, beepara poopy, poppy poppy. And this is the one who's coming in. He's gonna be taking care of business from now on. And he ain't afraid no more. He's gonna lead the NXT North American Champion. Like hippity poopity poppy poppy. Poppity!
You know what?
Poopity!
Jokes aside,
Pop!
Juan's happy. Juan is happy that Tony D'Angelo won the title.
Yay!
Yep. And you know what I think? I thought that this was an incredible match. This was this is a match that should have been the main event because it's a title change and it told an incredible story of Tony D'Angelo overcoming his fears of not being good enough to face the Obafemi, the unstoppable champion. And he has all his friends, his family to try and push him to be a better man. And he did that. He overcame the odds.
And he finally defeated Mr. T. I mean, Obafemi.
Hey, at least we didn't have freaking, Apollo Creed up in this bitch. But that being said, it was still worthy of being in the main event. No disrespect to Randy Orton, which we'll get to later, but this was a really good enough match to be in the main event. I loved it. It was awesome.
And let me take a look over here in the chat. Vicente saying, Obafemi pushes a woman named Adriana. Any Sopranos fan watching the match had to be pissed.
All right. But now let's go ahead and shift gears and get to the exciting segment of the night. And it is an in-ring segment with your unstoppable NXT Women's Champion, the Prodigy, Roxanne Perez, who is later joined by her reunited BFF, Cora Jade.
This was weird in a way because it did come out of nowhere, and we weren't sure where the hell Cora Jade fit into all this. And this was her opportunity to explain herself to us.
Oh, yeah. And we got a lot of context. See, 2 years, for a little bit of a history lesson, 2 years ago, during the last vestiges of the multicolored midlife crisis, that is NXT 2.0, Cora Jade turned on Roxanne Perez. And yeah, she turned heel, and then she dumped the NXT Women's Tag Belt into the garbage can, if you remembered.
I do remember that.
Yep. And then she explained it on the promo that in the heel turn, Cora Jade was trying to teach Roxanne Perez a very important lesson about not being this pretty little girl who's trying to appease the fans and to look out for herself and to do whatever it takes to win. And Roxanne Perez even commented saying that she should have listened to Cora Jade 2 years ago.
Oh, shit.
Cora Jade was trying to toughen her up, and Cora Jade is happy and proud of the champion that Roxanne Perez became. And these two girls are reunited, because after all, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Or frenemy.
Or is it my frenemy?
And speaking of frenemies, we get Julia coming down to the ring, and then later we get the surprise NXT debut of Stephanie Vacker.
And it looks like Stephanie Vacker and Julia are going to be joining forces to take down Cora Jade and Roxy.
Absolutely.
Oh, shit.
And they did that because we got a huge women's pull apart afterwards. These two women went down to the ring. That's Julia hitting a devastating headbutt onto Cora Jade, falling backwards, and Stephanie Vacker destroying Roxanne Perez on the other side. And the whole segment ends with Julia and Stephanie Vacker both holding the NXT Women's Championship. It looks like their partnership is sort of a little...
It's rockier than Cora and Roxy.
Yeah, because...
Holy shit.
Yeah, they only have one common interest. They're both vying for the championship. But like I said, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So at the very least, it's... I don't want to say fringe. Is fringe the right term?
No, not fringe. It's frayed.
Frayed. Yeah, there we go. But that being said, it is awesome. And this is the next step, the next evolution in the NXT women's division.
God damn.
Hells yeah. You got the beautiful madness Julia. You got Stephanie Vacker. Like, what the fuck?
Right? This is gonna be insane.
Absolutely.
Okay, I don't believe this.
And then, now let's get to the match of the night. And this is honestly the match that came after the opening promo segment with Trick Williams celebrating with all the champs. And it is, like I said, the 6-woman tag match.
Holla holla!
The teams of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, and the NXT Women's North American Champion, Kalani Jordan, versus the 3-woman band. The Fatal Influence.
I was about to fucking say, don't call them that. God damn, Jose. You hate these girls that bad?
JC Jane, Jasmine Nix, and of course Fallon Henley. And I say that this is the match because it is too predictable. It is too obvious who is come on. You have one team that are matching colors. They're standing united. They're pulling off these awesome moves simultaneously in the middle of the ring, and they're champions against this heel tag team. Who the hell do you think is going to go over?
It's probably going to be the women's tag champs and the women's North American.
The Joy.
So what? You thought they didn't stand a chance?
They did not. All right, they did put on a great match, but like I said, it was predictable of who was going to win. Of course I knew that the champs were going to win. There is no way they're going to make Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair lose.
It's not a matter of making. It's not a matter of making them lose. It's more a matter of making it competitive. So during the match, it looks like there's a chance that they might lose. Did you get that at least out of it?
I did get that at least out of it. It was a good match. No doubts there. Kalani Jordan and Bianca Belair put in a lot of the work. They repeated the same formula with Jade Cargill, tagging her in small doses to use her on a limited basis. And in the end, it was Kalani Jordan who got the win with the one-of-a-kind moonsault. Like I said, it was a good match. It wasn't crap, but come on. Do you really think that the Fatal Influence was going to win?
Maybe.
All right, well, I didn't. All right.
That just shows how little faith you have in these women. How dare you? You're a misogynist, eh?
Oh,
you don't like these women's.
I do.
You're reverse racist against women's.
Oh my God.
How dare you?
Anyway.
How dare you do this to the women's?
All right, now let's move on to the bad segment. And, when I first heard about her, I got a little excited at first, and I thought that she was hot tamales, and so did Juan. But after reading up a little bit more about her,
in terms of her personality and that kind of stuff,
and everything else, let's just say I regret seeing that. We get an in-ring performance by Sexy Red.
Okay, so she sang. People liked it.
People liked it. They popped for her, so whatever. I mean, okay. Look, I'm not disrespecting her as an artist, okay, but. Man, I just looked up things about her rap, her personality, and her political stance. She's... Okay, I wouldn't be offended about her being a Republican if she wasn't a 150 billionth percent Trump supporter.
Your mileage may vary with that, but obviously that's not one of our favorite people on Earth at the moment.
Yeah!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you might know why.
But that
we
being
might
said,
not be giving. Let's just say Trump doesn't think that keeping us around would be the right idea. I mean, a right idea.
ha! But thankfully, we had a guardian angel to save us from this musical performance, and the guardian angel is in the form of the former NXT. Well, actually, first of all, yeah, sure, let's get a shot at Booker T because
What the fuck was it?
Booker T is enjoying it.
Oh, he was enjoying the performance. Why'd you mention that earlier? This is so ridiculous.
Sorry, I got too caught up.
Oh, yeah! Oh, I like it.
I got too caught up.
Yeah, baby.
But yes, All Ego Ethan Page saved us from this performance and got on the mic, and he is declaring himself, and he is demanding for his rematch clause for the NXT Championship. And then out comes Javon Evans to briefly fight against Ethan Page before sending him off running and partying a little bit with Sexy Red in the ring. Great.
Yeah. Okay. No, I understand. Listen, they made a save. At least they tried by bringing him into the by bringing Javon and Ethan in on this. So I totally understand, but at the same time, was that the intended idea for how they were going to do that segment? That, oh, by the way, Ethan Page is going to spoil the musical fun by being an ass, and then Javon Evans kick his butt.
I think
if that's the way you're going to do it, then by all means, it's yours. But at the same time, you could have just had Ethan Page try to interrupt other people and all that.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking.
Yeah.
Point is, okay, people like Sexy Red. Okay, good for you.
Good for you. Just don't put her anywhere near me. Now let's
politics and all that stuff. Sorry, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
And of course, the main event for this week's edition of NXT is an incredible one-on-one encounter. The young man Javon Evans finally gets to face his number one idol in the middle of the ring as he goes one-on-one against the multi-time WWE World Champion, the Apex Predator, the Legend Killer, the Viper,
the Urinal Ripper himself,
Randy Orton.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta say this part. What the fuck?
Randy Orton on NXT, I know, right?
Yeah, no, not just Randy Orton on NXT, but oh my god, Randy Orton is 3 times the size of Javon Evans. Javon is a tiny, shall I say, not gaunt. What's the word I'm looking for?
Nimble? No, not nimble.
No, not dainty. He's a spry young lad. Randy Orton is a tank. He is a 290-pound tank of doom.
He's been eaten.
Randy Orton ate. You can tell.
But that being said,
and what's his face? And Javon Evans is next on his menu. I would rather have Trump over Harris and all laughing or talking in circles as she does, since we can call Ethan Page. All right, well that's fine on you. I understand.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Vicente agreed worse than Clinton. Let's see. I'm not surprised. Sexy Red wore the hat. In 20 years, old lucky you. Javon ain't no Kofi Kingston. Well, Javon can be a Kofi Kingston, but so quickly facing against Orton like this.
Yes.
He's gonna die. He's gonna be eaten alive. He's gonna die.
So let me talk about the main event match. So this match starts off with Javon Evans using his aerial abilities to try to ground Randy Orton, and he does a bunch of flippity-doo-dahs in the middle of the ring for the first couple of minutes, but Randy Orton was having none of it. He kept dodging every bit of Javon Evans's aerial offense and tried to ground the kid. And yeah, no, it was pretty awesome.
So you don't get dessert tonight. You don't get to play on your Nintendo. And you don't get to visit your friends this weekend. You're grounded.
And then we got a couple of more. Then we got a couple of more shots in. First of all, it's important to point out that the way that the arena that NXT was held in St. Louis, Missouri, is very, very intimate, around the same space level as the UFC Apex in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Right. That's where it was wildest. The fact that it was. The fact that this arena in St. Louis is built different, and it was definitely made a unique stage setup.
Yeah, so what's his face? So at ringside. So apparently, first of all, the announce table was put back together. Great. Randy Orton sets up the announce table, and then Javon Evans did a bunch of like flippity doodads again. He hopped on top of the announce table, and then he jumped over Randy Orton back into the ring apron, and he tried to jump Randy Orton again, but Randy caught him and hit Javon Evans with not one, not two, not three, but 4 back suplexes, dropping him back first onto the announce table, and the table would not break. What Jesus. The fuck?
I told you. What's his face? Javon Evans is like 15 pounds soaking wet, man. He's tiny. He's so gaped.
He's very petite.
Especially compared against Randy Orton. Jesus Christ, no.
I know that Viper's been eating. Anyways, so we get the other hallmarks from Orton. He hits the spike DDT, he hits the power slam, but then Javon Evans was able to mount his comeback, bro. He hits the springboard cutter to catch Randy Orton in the middle of the ring, and then we get to the finish, and this is the finish that everyone who watched NXT this week remembers because it was a huge botch. Javon Evans runs up to the top turnbuckle. He does some sort of like giant corkscrew dive. Randy Orton was supposed to catch him midair and hit the RKO, but Randy Orton accidentally slipped up and both men collided awkwardly in the middle of the ring. So,
we highly expect you to have that on the next episode of Botchamania. It's not as if you can't spot it. So yeah, buddy, we see you here.
So Randy Orton picks up Javon Evans, hits an RKO in the middle of the ring to pin and win. Your winner, Randy Orton. And then after the match, there was no audio of it, but apparently, according to what I've heard, Javon Evans actually apologized to Randy Orton in the middle of the ring after the match, and then Randy Orton just said, "It's okay, kid, you're the man," and raised his hand.
Oh,
dude,
isn't that
this is the
sweet?
Same Randy Orton that called Kofi Kingston stupid in 2009
after botching. Yeah, no, Randy's got not soft, but he's become wizened in his time, in his older age, if you will.
You see, people can change.
I'm not calling him a dinosaur. I'm saying that Randy Orton has evolved. I'm saying that Randy Orton has become a little bit more understanding and is encouraging Javon Evans in his quest to become a full-fledged WWE superstar. In the meantime, he gave him a good match.
Absolutely, it was fantastic. It was great. Not as great as Tony D versus Obafemi, but it's up there.
No, yeah, it's right up there. Yeah, Vicente was saying shocking after the botch. Javon Evans did not yell stupid. Oh yeah, no, he didn't. That Randy didn't yell it at him. So lull moment. Randy being on NXT. If you remember how much he used to shit talk the Spot Fest, he said was every match was. Right? Yeah, no, so apparently Randy Orton had a sore spot against NXT back in the day?
Back in the day, but that was when he was younger. Like you said, he learned better. This is truly the evolution of the apex predator. And the evolution for Javon Evans. Like, think about how much good that did for Javon to wrestle Randy Orton, how much his stock has boosted.
Right? We're seeing the evolution of Javon Evans, and while respecting the legacy of Randy Orton.
Yay.
Those are puns, people! That's your cue to laugh!
Also, NXT's Halloween Havoc is going to be returning on Sunday, October 27th in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Let me guess. Hosted by Scarlett Bordeaux and Shotzi Blackheart.
That wasn't official, but I hope so.
So do I.
It's either them or Isla Dawn, okay? I'm sorry. It has to be either one of the three. But enough about NXT. Now let's go on the other side of the battle trenches and let's talk about this week's edition of AEW Dynamite.
Like the fuse, hit the boom, Dynamite!
This week's AEW Dynamite takes place over at the Spokane Center in Spokane, Washington.
I thought it's Spokane.
Spokane, I don't know. Tomato, whatever.
Let me, you know what? Fuck it. Let's ask the folks at home. I'm gonna fucking, I'm sorry,
Oh no, you don't have to do it's not worthy of a poll.
Yeah, it is, because you and I are gonna be at this all night over here. Nouns, Spokane.
Oh my god, it's not worth it.
Let's see.
Actually, while you're doing that, I gotta go grab my candy.
Yeah, no, Jose's over here, and while he's in the middle of doing that, I'm literally typing out the the poll over here.
Okay.
There you
Now
go.
that I've got my candy, let's go ahead and oh my god.
Yeah, I did it. I'm not sorry.
All right. Now, AEW Dynamite opened up. Well, before we get to the main talk segment of Dynamite, it opened up with 2 videos of Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson cutting a promo against each other. And
Why didn't we have that? Why?
Because I wanted to focus on the in-ring promo segment that officially opened up Dynamite, because that was like the video that, it's weird. So Moxley opened up Dynamite in his video, Bryan Danielson opened up Dynamite in his video, and then we get a third talking segment which officially opens up Dynamite, featuring the multi-time AEW TNT champion Darby Allin. Darby Allin in the pink.
Yeah, I know. We know what Darby Allin looks like. I'm asking, who's this big guy over here?
Brody King, member of the House of Black.
Okay.
So, to explain...
This is out of nowhere.
No, it's okay. So to explain what happened, last week, Darby Allin has issued an open challenge to anyone who wants to go one-on-one against him at Wrestle Dream this Saturday, and Brody King answered the challenge. Now, Darby Allin and Brody King apparently have a little bit of history back in the independent days. Brody.
So you mean that? That they're bringing up a rivalry that, if you were really a true wrestling fan of true professional wrestling, sir, then you would have watched every single independent film and every single independent promotion match and know where every single one of these guys had gone, and that's how you know that this is where the rivalry came from on there. And if you do not know this, then you just be a fan of the fad, and you should go back to your sports entertainment and go back and checking out with your soap opera and TV. This is for real wrestling.
All right. Anyway.
Excuse me, sir. I wasn't finished. This segment got 12 stars.
All right. Shut up. All right. So Darby Allin, he talked about how Brody King made a name for himself at Ring of Honor post Tony Khan buyout, and
so not in actual Ring of Honor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, not post. I mean pre-buyout.
Oh, okay. So
sorry.
In actual real Ring of Honor.
Yes, and then how what's his face? How Darby Allin used his pull to try to convince AEW to convince Tony Khan to hire Brody King, because at the time AEW was folding. I mean, Ring of Honor was folding, and we didn't know where the Ring of Honor wrestlers were going to end up. So these two had history. Brody King then got on the mic and shut the young punk up, and started to, and made it very clear, very bold, that he wants Darby Allin's spot. That he wants he wants to take Darby Allin's place as the face of AEW, because Darby Allin, he's a risk taker, but sometimes that comes biting back in the ass, because if he climbs Mount Everest and if he dies, then who's going to be the face of AEW?
Wait, was that literally what Brody King said?
Yeah, he brought that up. He threw that jab at his face.
I'd actually almost forgotten that Darby Allin was supposed to... By the way, for the record, he hasn't actually gone and climbed Mount Everest yet. He was supposed to go climb it, but then he legitimately broke his foot, so he can't. Why the fuck would you bring that up? That doesn't make any sense to bring up. None of this makes sense to bring up.
I don't know, but then Darby Allin got heated, and he dared Brody King to try to knock him out, to try to kick his ass right there and then, to which Brody King accepted. He punched Darby Allin, knocked him in the middle of the ring.
Darby broke 9 bones.
Yeah, no. Darby didn't break 9 bones, but Darby apparently had a weapon in his coat. He pulled it out, and he clocked Brody King in the head with a rock. A rock!
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, no, Darby Allin had a rock. He clocked Brody King in the head. Brody King was busted open, and the referees and officials had to run in there and pull apart both Darby Allin and Brody King.
Okay, what? Okay, so Darby just kept a rock on him?
Yep, to use as a weapon later.
Did he just fucking have that rock, did he just pick it up off the road?
No.
Did he bring it in with him?
I mean,
is there a story about the rock itself? Is there a reason why what?
Damn, dude, I didn't know Dwayne... Hang on a minute, I didn't know Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson could work both promotions. That guy's working overtime.
Right, seriously, Dwayne Johnson's everywhere. God damn, special appearance by Maui.
I know, but that being said, that was the opening segment to open up Dynamite. After 2 talk videos between Moxley and Bryan Danielson, we got a talk segment where it pretty much ended with this.
Buddy, Tony, find some balance. Start with those two promo videos if you must. But don't go straight into more talking. Start with a match. Then you can get more talking afterwards, buddy. And make it a shorter match. Not a big, 20-minute banger with your favorite buddy Pockets. I mean, like, an actual match to highlight people who, people that the audience might be giving a damn about.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy. What the hell? Let me take a look in the chat. I'm proud of MVP. Kofi Kingston's a bum. That's perfectly fine. Let's see. Rest in peace, Darby Allin. And Vicente. During the long-winded promos, I missed the days when Dynamite would have a match start 2 minutes into the show. Problem with Wrestle Kingdom right now is the synopsis. That description says the arena show will be in no list of matches.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Come on, pal.
Oh, man, that didn't make any sense at all. But, like, at least the opening promo was solid. I mean, there wasn't any other, hokey shit that they did.
Except I'm gonna bludgeon you with a rock.
Well...
What the fuck?
Well, I mean, if you're up against a guy who's bigger than you, what are you gonna do?
Oh, I don't know. Don't bring him up? Don't bring him out? I mean, that could be a problem. That could be something that maybe, just maybe you don't want to fucking deal with.
Don't poke the bear?
Yeah, seriously, don't poke the fucking bear. What's wrong with you?
I know, right?
I'm over here trying to figure out exactly how and why, because this shit made no sense. But right. I get it. Oh, you have to be there, pal. But come on, man. Imagine that the audience has no idea who the fuck you're talking about, and now just fucking introduce us and tell us why we should give a fuck.
But now let's get to the exciting match of the night, and this is me grasping at straws because there was a lot of matches, but this one, I gotta be honest with you, was actually pretty stellar. And it's a match between two masked luchadors, where Commander goes one-on-one against Hologram.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at Commander's face here, and so I'm sorry. I know it's supposed to look cool, but Commander's face looks a little, sorry, it looks a little goofy to me. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shit on it, preemptively or nothing like that, because I got to watch the match. It was pretty fun, but at the same time, come on, what the fuck?
Yeah, no. Goofy attire aside, it was a pretty solid, great match. Great lucha things from both Commander and Hologram.
Great lucha things.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. They did all the spots. They did a bunch of Hurricane Ranas, head scissor takedowns. They did a bunch of springboard arm drags. Lots of high-flying moves, and the fans loved it. It was so amazing. There were no stupid botches, and they didn't do anything ridiculous, like bust each other open or any of that shit. Sometimes you just need two really good wrestlers and just put on a hell of a show. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what they did. All right.
Right. I kind of understand.
Now, Commander was giving a lot of offense out to Hologram. There was actually a really cool spot where Commander was on the top turnbuckle and he was about to do a tightrope, and then Hologram was trying to cut him off and intercept him, but a Commander telegraphed it, caught him midair, and planted him in the middle of the ring with a nice power bomb. How cool is that?
That is actually pretty damn cool. I won't lie to you there.
And then we got back-to-back Poison Ranas from both Commander and Hologram. Commander was doing a series of reversals and hit a Poison Rana, and then Hologram just ran right behind Commander and did a surprise Poison Rana that he pulled out of his pocket.
You mean pulled out of his ass?
Pulled out of his ass, yeah.
Let's not lie to ourselves. He pulled it out of his ass.
And after some more back-and-forth action, Hologram finally finished it off by hitting his finishing move, which is the airplane spin, slam in the middle of the ring to pin and win. Your winner, Hologram.
All right.
And you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the golden years of the cruiserweight division of WCW back in the mid to late 90s.
Oh, yeah. No, I can see that. Except, what the heck is up with Hologram? I've got no clue who the wrestler behind the Hologram mask is, but...
Don't worry, it's not Sin Cara.
Thank God.
Don't worry, it's not Sin Cara if that's what you're worried about.
Yeah, no, thank God, because I was over here worried that he was a fucking that he was some other like psychopath or whatever. No, it turns out he's just another. He's a dude we don't know who his real what his real name is. His former wrestling name used to be Aramis for Lucha Libre AAA, but he's been around the world. He's been around since 2010, apparently.
Yes.
So yeah, not bad.
Exactly.
I can respect it a little.
So like I said, this was an incredible match, and I'm like, that's great. Do more of that. Showcase the future. So showcase your younger talent.
Showcase guys we don't know yet. Showcase why we should care about them and make us fucking care. Please and thank you. It's not that hard, Tony. God fucking damn it. In the chat, happy birthday, Jodie Benson. Oh yeah, cool. The voice of Ariel. It's her birthday. Yay!
Yay!
And allegedly, supposedly, rumoredly, if you squint at it, it's possible that she may also be the voice actress of Eva from Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. But that's just like my opinion, my conspiracy, my theory, my whatever.
So what did Vicente say?
On having to work a match against a bigger opponent, I gouged tons of X and totally beat the shit out of Keith Lee or Karrion Kross. Let's see here.
Commander
versus Hologram was badass. It was like rewatching Lucha Underground. Yeah, it was.
It was badass. It was badass. They did a really good job.
That's how you get it done right, man.
All right, now let's get to the exciting segment of the night, despite one of the parties being involved. And it started off as an interview segment moderated by Tony Schiavone, where he talks with the AEW International Champion, Will Ospreay.
So the bruv talking to our favorite living mic stand.
Yes. So Will Ospreay felt cheated last week. Will Ospreay had a good one-on-one match against Ricochet defending the international title, and the match was eventually called off when one of one of Don Callis' attack dogs, Konosuke Takeshita, ran down to the ring and pretty much threw the match out and attacked Will Ospreay. So,
wow, seriously?
Yes, and
Asshole.
Will Ospreay is looking for answers and demanded that Don Callis come down to the ring. And of course, in true AEW fashion, the fans booed the hell out of Don Callis, despite his attempt to try to verbally tightrope around his answers, around the questions.
Seriously,
yeah.
What are you expecting, Don Callis? Nobody likes you.
Yep.
You don't have any friends. Nobody likes you.
So Will Ospreay cut through the whole web of bullshit and asked him if he ordered the attack. To which Don Callis said yes. Yes, he ordered the attack because he felt hurt that Will Ospreay left the Don Callis family, and that he would be nothing without Don Callis and his cronies.
What the fuck are you smoking, and where can we get some, Don? Seriously, I don't know about you, but the fucking the hype around Will Ospreay showing up in AEW all the livelong day was way bigger than anything you could have ever hoped for involving yourself or your Don Callis family.
Exactly.
Okay, no, seriously. In all seriousness, even though Tony Schiavone was literally not much more than a living mic stand, I'm pretty sure Tony was also thinking,
what the fuck? Yeah, I know he was.
Where is this coming? Oh, you'd be nothing without me? Motherfucker, you still Will fucking Ostrich.
Exactly.
I mean Ospreay.
No,
I mean Ostrich.
Yep, the whole promo segment was cut off by Konosuke Takeshita. Konosuke Takeshita and Don Callis were about to put a hurting on Will Ospreay, but Ospreay was saved by Ricochet and drove these guys out of the ring. And that's where the segment ends. Will Ospreay will be defending the international title against Ricochet and Takeshita in a triple threat match at Wrestle Dream Saturday.
Okay, so he's defending against Ricochet and Takeshita?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I understand,
Oh, wait, no. There was another wrinkle during this segment.
Yeah,
because
I was about to say.
Kyle Fletcher, who is also part of the Don Callis family, and he's a best friend of Will Ospreay, he was also conflicted because at one point, Don Callis was ordering Kyle Fletcher to attack Will Ospreay with a screwdriver and bust him open, but Kyle Fletcher would not do it. Instead, he turned it down, and he walked away in disgust and conflicted because he doesn't want to hurt his best friend.
Because like it's mean, it's dumb, it's silly. Why would I do this?
Friendship is important, one.
Friendship is magic. It's great. It's the greatest thing.
What is it with Tony Khan and trying to put friends against each other?
No, what's with Tony Khan and being obsessed with friendship? Maybe it's because he doesn't know what actual friendship is.
All right, now
Seriously, Tony?
What the fuck? All right, now let's get to the match of the night. And this is a one-on-one match, and it's for all the gold. It's winner takes all. The AEW TBS title and the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Championship are both on the line as the defending champ Mercedes Moné, accompanied by Camille Brickhouse, goes one-on-one against Emi Sakura.
Okay, what? No. What was Emi Sakura's beef on this? Other than
she doesn't have any beef. It's just a random match. Emi Sakura has been wrestling on Ring of Honor, and before that, she was wrestling on AEW Dark.
So we literally just threw Emi Sakura to fulfill an obligation that Mercedes Money has to wrestle at least once a week or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, please tell me that the match itself was sub-level of good. Please tell me that there was something fucking worthwhile.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. Emi Sakura put Mercedes Moné to work, and it was...
Oh, good.
It was fun. It was a little fun, but it just, like, there was just some silly moments. Like, Camille Brickhouse, like, would just expose herself as, like, this goofy, like, bodyguard, and she gets easily attacked by Emi Sakura, and then at one point, both Camille and Mercedes Moné, like, they were knocked out at ringside. They were sitting up against the barricade. Emi Sakura makes a beeline at ringside, and she does, like, a running crossbody, splashing both of them at ringside. And then the action gets back into the ring. With the referee's back turned, Camille Brickhouse attacks Emi Sakura, and Mercedes Moné was able to lock in her submission move, the bank statement, to force Emi Sakura to tap out. Your winner by submission, and still the champ.
Mercedes Money.
And then after
Dear God!
Yep.
At least they were trying to do something, a little something over here of, what's her face? Mercedes' stooge was interfering, and Emi managed to neutralize her, but not long enough to be able to win the match.
But a victory would not be enough to satisfy
something.
Yeah, but a victory would not be enough to satisfy the self-proclaimed CEO. She and Camille were looking to put a hurting onto Emi Sakura, and then this is where it gets really conflicting, because out comes Chris Statlander to run and make the save and have and chase out Camille and Mercedes Moné, and I'm like, wait, but Chris Statlander, she's a heel. What the fuck is she doing a babyface move and saving this nobody?
Wasn't Chris Statlander
feuding with Willow?
Yeah, thank you. Feuding with Willow Nightingale, and they had Stokely Hathaway being their stupid evil heel manager, and what?
Make it make sense.
Seriously, look, we want our women's division to work and make sense. That's why, but come on, man. Seriously. Okay, why would it be Statlander? Is Statlander challenging for the TBS title?
I don't think.
Is Statlander challenging for the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's title?
No, there's no word about it.
Is Chris Statlander have any stake, any fucking problem with Mercedes Money over other than the fact that she's the TBS champion?
Is this going to go anywhere at all?
Is this going anywhere?
No.
Then what the fuck, Starscream?
Anyway, so now let's get to the cringy segment of the night.
Okay, so that's why you have him on here.
Yeah, this is an in-ring promo segment with Daniel Garcia. That's right, the Buffalo, New York's own Daniel Garcia is in the ring, and
Dancing Daniel.
Now, there's been a lot of speculation that Daniel Garcia is a free agent right now. His contract with AEW has expired, and that he might be leaving the promotion, and he hasn't signed a new deal yet. And without directly addressing the rumor, he addresses the rumor. He talks about how much fun he's had in AEW, and that he's on his quest of being the best wrestler in the world. And then oh god, he says the line. He says the fucking line. He says, and it only makes sense that he would stay in AEW where the best wrestle. And when I saw him deliver that line, he looked like he was...
so he was trying to make that line work, and he spat it out the best he possibly could, but he felt ashamed afterwards.
Yeah.
You can sense that. It's like you can almost freeze frame and tell when his soul leaves his body. And there it is.
We're the best wrestle, he says. Do you want to hot tag this one?
No, I can't. That's like I feel sorry for Daniel Garcia here. I'm sure that he was trying like hell to make this work, not just for his own profession's sake, but mainly to make sure that he could try to sell himself. But dear God, I am so sorry.
Yeah.
That hurt. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, you must have gotten an interesting reaction. I'm sure the 2,000 people that were there were very happy to see that, and they're very proud of you. But, what?
I have no idea.
Let's take a look in the chat over here while we're at it. Vicente Guerrero laugh. Okay, Mr. Quake. Tony Schiavone is the GOAT. Vicente Guerrero exactly. Stitch. It's boss time, baby. Julia Hart is future. Emmy. Stevie Richards versus Macklin. He's a decent mic. I bet it's NXT laugh. Definitely. Okay, yeah, so Daniel Garcia, maybe he's going to WWE. Maybe he's going to stay in AEW. But he's probably just renewed.
Based on the promo segment, I think he's pretty much renewed his contract, and he's staying with All Elite Wrestling.
Yeah, which is fine if that's where you feel where you'll have a better impact for your career. Then get it how you live, brother. And Vicente, Chris Stat running in for the save could have a double meaning. If Emmy wins a title, Chris will say, "Remember when I saved your ass?" Title match now. Okay, that's possible. That's a possible meaning. I think it might be more leaning towards whatever unknown beef that Statlander might have with Mercedes Money, but they're going to have to find a way to spit that out. And
you know what I miss? I miss the Freddie Mercury getup that Sammy Sakura had in the beginning of AEW.
Okay, yeah, that stuck out, man.
That was amazing. What the fuck?
Seriously.
All right, enough of this crap. Let's go ahead and talk about the main event of this year's AEW Dynamite Title Tuesday. And this is not just a regular tag match, playa.
Holla holla.
The way they labeled it, it is a match of champions. As the AEW World Champion Bryan Danielson teams up with 1/3 of the AEW Trios Champions Wheeler Yuta to go up against the other AEW Trios Champions Claudio Castagnoli and Pac.
So no matter who wins, no matter who loses, the Blackpool Combat Club wins. So, okay, one other thing. One other thing. What is up with Pac's photo here? He is scaring me. Like, okay, you see every single one of these guys. Okay, Bryan Danielson. Stern, serious look. He's the AEW World Champion. He's carrying himself. You see Wheeler Yuta. Whatever you might think of him in ring or personality-wise, he's at least carrying himself. Claudio looks like he's posing for a statue, and Pac looks like he's posing for a shot of Tony's booger sugar.
Well,
or something, I don't know.
Well, it's not hard for Claudio. I mean, have you looked at the guy? He's a literal walking statue.
I know. I mean, the Swiss Superman. Jesus God almighty.
But anyways, but that being said, this is a pretty good tag match. The story that they worked in this match is that Claudio and Pac took out Bryan Danielson early on, and they knocked him out at ringside to make sure that Wheeler Yuta doesn't get a tag in.
Let me take a look real quick at the chat. We have someone I don't think we've seen before. Michelle Pacework. Up there, Michelle, welcome to Wrestle Rewind. LOL, that shit was funny. LMAO, he found Tony's butt plug. He's like, oh, bueno.
Michelle, if you're new to this channel, hit the like and hit the subscribe button and tell your friends about the Ravens flock.
Exactly, yes. Let them know how, since 2013, we've been making your voice our mission. Pac is a villain. He's boring. Cesaro is Adonis. Right? Seriously, Jesus. God. I'm straight as all hell, but if I were a lady, I'd be like, oh damn, man! Let me get your number, baby. I
know, right? Yeah, you'd want to taste that Swiss miss. Anyways,
you'd like to get a taste of his Swiss rolls.
You
like to you'd like to see his log of Swiss cheese.
Okay, that'll do. Anyway,
You sure?
so Bryan Danielson is knocked out at ringside for the long duration of this match. Wheeler Yuta is now at the receiving end of a 2-on-1 assault.
Ow.
Claudio Castagnoli and Pac work over Wheeler Yuta a lot during this match.
Ow.
Wheeler Yuta was able to get a little bit of offense in. He tried to break away from Claudio and Pac.
Yay.
Yeah, no, it was pretty awesome. They kept him really grounded. Claudio, and then Bryan Danielson gets the tag in. Bryan Danielson, he wails on Pac, he wails on Claudio. We get this brilliant spot where Claudio looks like he was about to hit the Ricola bomb on Bryan Danielson at the top turnbuckle, but Bryan Danielson was able to reverse it into a Hurricane Rana.
Nice.
Yeah,
Holy
nice indeed. Oh yeah, no, it was pretty awesome. And then of course Bryan Danielson playing to the Washington crowd because he's the hometown hero or the home state hero.
Right.
Bryan Danielson puts in the curb stomps onto Claudio and onto Pac. And he continues on the assault, and then he gets a little bit distracted because Jon Moxley shows up at ringside with Marina Shafir, one of the worst wrestlers in AEW. No disrespect to Roderick Strong's wife. But getting back to it, so Bryan Danielson continues to work over Pac. Pac is the one tagged in. Claudio continues to brawl with Wheeler Yuta. Let's see here. I'm trying to remember because a lot happened here. Pac was trying to go for a move. Bryan Danielson was able to reverse it and lock in the label lock. Well, actually, no. Before he does that, he hits his yes kicks onto Claudio Castagnoli, and then Claudio
ate those kicks like ow.
Yep,
No.
and then at one point, Claudio tried to go for the neutralizer, but Bryan Danielson was able to reverse it. And then Pac, and then in the final seconds of the match, he wrestles Pac and locks in the label lock, and Pac was forced to tap out. And what's weird about it is that he taps out in front of Claudio, who is at the ring apron right in front of them. And at any point before the tap out, in the last seconds, Claudio could have walked in there and break up the submission hold. And you know who else was over at the ring apron?
Moxley and Marina.
No, Wheeler Yuta was standing in the same ring apron across from Claudio. And they were doing nothing.
Okay, you would think that Claudio would A, try to break up the label lock, B, try to attack Wheeler Yuta, or C, try to pull Pac's arm closer to the ring rope, or something like that. But he did nothing. Like, what was that? Like, you could even have what's his face? You could even have Claudio try to run in with Wheeler Yuta try to do, like, I don't know, a fucking missile drop kick in order to keep Claudio from being able to break up the submission. Then Pac could tap out and lose the match and have it be for Wheeler and D-Bry.
No, I remember now. Pac was trying before that happened. Pac tried to hit a move, but Bryan Danielson kicked out after 2. And then Pac, out of frustration, goes over to ringside and grabs the ring bell hammer to try to use it as a weapon. And then Bryan Danielson catches him and then locks into label lock to force a tap out.
Oh, like I didn't see even there. Like at any point in time, you could have still had that shit. And yeah, apparently, what? No, I'm still not understanding. Like, why didn't Claudio try to pull Pac? Why didn't Wheeler try to stop Claudio? Why didn't Pac try to reach for Claudio? Why didn't Moxley or Schaefer try to pull for D-Bry?
Yeah, and it was the final seconds, but dude, a lot of difference could be made in the last couple of seconds.
Exactly. You could have something like, I don't know, off the top of my head, you could have had Claudio with Moxley, with Schaefer, try to run in together, only for Wheeler to do a big crossbody and the three of them catch him, and then Pac taps out. Something! I mean, make it make sense a little bit, just a tiny bit.
But regardless, your winners, Bryan Danielson and Wheeler Yuta. And then,
which is funny, because how did the match, what happened immediately after the match?
After the match, Bryan Danielson went to brawl with Jon Moxley backstage and the rest of the Whitepool Combat Club, put it hurting onto Wheeler Yuta. Marina Shafir was tossed.
Okay, so they're not going to interfere until after the bell's back. These heels are weird.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, they're using racist rhetoric from a neo-Nazi character in a movie, but they're not overtly talking about how racist they are. They're going to be heels and jump the guy, but not until the match is over. What the fuck kind of heels are you?
Make it make sense.
At the very least, like, yeah, you could say, like, oh, we still have a code, or we still have a code of honor, and, like, for Bryan Danielson's sake, we're not going to interfere in the match, but once that bell is over, your ass is mine. They could have said something! Some fucking thing!
That felt like a hot tag there, Juan.
No, I'm ending the poll real quick before I...
Go ahead. But let's go ahead and get to the poll results, and then I'll talk about the post-match angle.
Yeah, and the poll came in with 7 votes at 57%. It's pronounced Spokane.
Spokane, Washington.
Not Spokane.
My bad.
Spokane.
Spokane. So Brian. So while D-Bry is brawling with Mox backstage, Wheeler Yuta's at the receiving end of a beatdown. Marina Shafir tosses his ass around like a rag doll, and then Claudio Castagnoli is the one who grabs the ring hammer, and attacks Wheeler Yuta, striking him in the gut multiple times in the middle of the ring. And then eventually Bryan Danielson and Moxley take their brawl back into ringside, and Bryan Danielson chased out the Whitepool Combat Club to save Wheeler Yuta to close the show.
There really wasn't anyone else who could try to save Wheeler? What about Private Party? Didn't they try to smash one of their guys' hands with a hammer?
They did, but they never. But like they helped. They got their little payback-ish kind of last week, but that's it.
No, you'd think they'd still be at it, or like, nah, you still busted my friend's hand, or whatever. Fuck you,
Actually, no, they're challenging for the AEW World Tag Titles this Saturday against the Bucks.
Still, though, the Whitepool Combat Clan busted one of these guys' hands. You'd think that means a little something extra, like, oh, by the way, I'm still gonna give you the finger for trying to break my hand with a hammer, because fuck you.
Hey, man.
Help Wheeler Yuta over here. Something. Anything.
They probably think, hey, man, it ain't our party. Anyways.
Let me take a look in the chat real quick before I forget.
Yeah.
Let's see. I hope TNA... Oh, I got Noodle Arms. I hope TNA gets back. Vicente Pox Photo says Wild Man right out of bum fights. Oh, goddamn. And also, Jeannie Rick is in the chat.
Hello, Jeannie Rick. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind.
Wrestle Rewind. Yeah, we got power back. We're good. Vicente, Claudio. Let's see. Vicente, it seems like Claudio and Wheeler were having a silent convo during the finish.
And what did Michelle say?
Michelle's saying there's not wrestlers with a brain. They're wrestling towards where Tony's stash is. OMG, well, wonder how ratings for this shit show's gonna be, LOL.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that, Michelle, because that's exactly where we're gonna get to next, because, oh boy, what a difference 5 years can make. Juan, ring that bell.
Don't mind if I do.
I actually shared an article with Juan from via Forbes via Forbes.com, and we're going to touch on this article right now.
And this article comes to us by way of Mr. Alfred Conwa, the man behind the Pro Wrestling Bits YouTube channel. So get it how you live, brother.
Yep.
Subscribe to him in Swahili.
Yep, and the headline reads, WWE NXT destroys AEW Dynamite in back-to-back weeks amid Tuesday Night War. So here we go. Let's go ahead and scroll down and let's get to the article.
Let me just share the article link to folks. So if you want to go to him, check him out on his on his channel.
Yep. All right. So WWE NXT handedly defeated.
Fucking advertisement. Where's the there it is. There's
WWE NXT handedly defeated AEW Dynamite for the second consecutive year in the annual Tuesday Night Wars Dynamite Title Tuesday. The Tuesday Night Wars. So Dynamite Title Tuesday drew a scary low 329,000 views, down 53% from last week, and only 128,000 people in the 18 to 49 demos, while this week's WWE NXT drew 874,000 total viewers, down 2% from last week, and drew in 318,000 people in the 18 to 49 demographic.
So NXT's demo numbers are closer to Dynamite's overall numbers this week. Oh my fucking God!
This is a disaster. This is the lowest viewership record for AEW Dynamite in television history.
NXT has now outgained Dynamite in total viewership, 895 to 702 last week, and 1849 demo with 0.26 to 0.20 last week. For a second consecutive week after NXT's premiere on the CW network topped AEW's 5-year anniversary the following night. The MLB playoffs preempts AEW Dynamite once a year in October, paving the way for a head-to-head war with NXT. AEW's viewership has suffered in recent years, and after defeating WWE's developmental brand on Wednesday nights during its formative years, Dynamite has not scored a head-to-head victory against NXT since October of 2022.
Hells yeah. In other words, the turns have tabled, my friends. But you know what? To quote a certain YouTuber, certain influencer from Wrestling with Regret, he actually made a very good point. At the end of the day, the only number that really counts is you, as in the viewer, as in, did you enjoy the one show or did you enjoy the other show? And in my opinion, yeah, no, NXT was definitely the better show. NXT was loaded with a lot of star power. They had Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair. They had a title change where Tony D'Angelo won the North American Championship.
Tony D'Angelo finally won the Gabagoli. He got all the cannolis up in there, the boppity boopies. He's gonna celebrate up in there as Waihan, blah blah boppity boop.
You had Jey Uso sharing a moment with Trick Williams as both of them are celebrating their championship wins, and you had Randy Orton having a great main event match against Javon Evans, botch aside. Whereas AEW,
that was literally like what you can actually do with the NXT stars is, hey, let's bring in someone from the main roster to challenge them or to put them to the test. That's something that you can actually that's something that you can actually sell, or that's something you can actually do every now and then. Obviously, it's not a gimmick that you want to overdo and oversaturate. But at the same time, it's definitely worth looking at.
Yeah, whereas the AEW Title Tuesday show, it didn't even feel like a go-home show for their pay-per-view event because they didn't do anything as a go-home show, and it didn't feel like they were actively trying to compete against WWE. It just felt like a standard show with too much talking. Whereas
with more talking than usual.
With more talking than usual.
Okay, because here's the thing. We know that Tony Khan doesn't know how to book to save his fucking life. But what he should know how to do is how to get people excited at the beginning of the show, which is put on a crazy, fast, cool match. For instance, like the one between Hologram and Commander. That would have been a nice way to start the show. Get people's blood pumping. Then you could have the talk segment and talk about one of the matches over here. It doesn't have to be one of the title matches or like with Bryan Danielson and Moxley. It could be the match that he had, the talk segment that he had with Darby Allin and Brody King. Like just shuffle that shit a little bit, and that would be fine. That would have been fucking incredible. But apparently no.
But unfortunately, it ended up being a bunch of crap as they draw in their lowest viewership record in history, and it's going to be a huge mountain for them to climb back up.
Let's take a look in the chat while we continue. Rooney Mac versus wow, what the fuck? Rooney Mac versus The Undertaker, and Michelle was on the chat's also saying on the eighth ratings was 329,000. Yeah, it's a fucking nightmare. That's fucking terrifying. Vicente, to be honest, I watched AEW on Tuesday and I recorded NXT, then deleted it. I will watch the NXT rerun on Saturday. Mr. Quake, pretty sure Taker would have passed Rodney Mac's 5-minute white boy challenge, LOL. And Michelle saying, if I was Shad Khan, I'd say to Tony, that's your hobby's done. Your hobby's done. Tell your prepaid friends to go home.
Oh man, that would be mean.
That'd be like no. What Tony Khan actually needs to fucking do is, if he actually wants this to be an actual company, a real company that's designed to generate some form of profit, then he should hand the reins to someone who can book better than him. Like,
exactly.
I don't know, anybody.
Yeah, pretty much. Now that being
hire me, you idiot.
Now, that being said, a brief little recap on this week's edition of TNA Impact. It was actually a pretty good show. They had a great opening, six knockouts tag team match featuring Sol Ruka, mixing it up with Masha Slamovich and Jordynne Grace.
Going up against Rosemary, Wendy Chu, and
Tasha Steelz. It was awesome. It was a great opening match, opening contest. That's how you get people's blood boiling. Yep. Josh Alexander had an incredible match against Eric Young, two veterans of TNA going at it.
Why are they pushing Eric Young?
Yep. The main event, of course, saw Nick Nemeth and Joe Hendry, both opponents of Bound for Glory, going up against First Class and kicking their asses with a touch of class.
It was cool. What's his fucking face? You even had a moment where what's his face? Joe Hendry was doing the danger zone, and only for Nick Nemeth when he gets tagged in to go ahead and hit what's his face? Top dollar with the fucking standing ovation.
The standing ovation, yeah.
It's fine to be a boss and run the damn company. Yeah, seriously. AEW needs Nick Khan or Shane McMahon or Juan. I'll happily run AEW. Pay me $5 million fucking dollars a year. I'll make sure that AEW runs like a fucking smooth ass, well-oiled machine. In a year's time, you would see those ratings turn around. I don't think they would ever be able to match or top what they used to do. I don't think that we'll ever be able to get back to that, but at the same time, I would make it better than it is now, because what the fuck, Starscream?
All right, now for some October announcements. So don't worry, folks. Despite the mess of the hurricane, we are trying to get ourselves back on our feet. Los Amigos Play will return this Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern, and we will continue our playthrough of Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh yeah, we're doing this. We're going hard, son. And of course, we also want to send out well wishes to AEW wrestler Luchasaurus, aka Killswitch. He is reportedly being hospitalized right now for a really bad case of pneumonia. Apparently, he collapsed at home, and his oxygen level was below 80%. So they're trying to keep a watch on him. And we here at the Ravens Flock would like to wish him well and to wish him a full speedy recovery.
And more importantly, considering how this shit also directly affected us as well, we would be remiss to not mention that obviously we sent all of our sympathies and our most heartfelt condolences to everyone else who was also affected by Hurricane Milton yesterday. Milton, fuck you.
Milton, fuck you.
And we're hoping that we once we actually finish making sure that our vehicle's in one piece, that it's still working, because it got flooded pretty bad.
Yes. Now, with that being said, Juan, plug us away.
All right, don't mind if I do. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody in between, thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of Wrestle Rewind, hosted by Jose Casa. As he reviews for you the best of the worst of three of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today: WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and TNA Impact. Step into the ring every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch and Kick Live. So hit the subscribe and the follow button, ring the notification bell, stay up to date on all of our content, become an inner flocker by hitting the join button, and until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Kick.com/TheRavensFlock, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that tiny little notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and The Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, thank you very much for tuning in to another exciting edition of Wrestle Rewind. For Mr. Juan Arouse, I'm Jose Casabona, and yeah, no, The Rock is back. I can't wait to see what happens. I got goosebumps.
Fuck you, Milton.